Good evening and welcome here to the Vine Center on the campus of Liberty University as we get set for tonight's Midnight Mayhem matchup between the Florida Gators and the Liberty University Flames. Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Nolan alongside former Liberty men's volleyball player Kevin Snyder. And Kevin, anytime you can get two teams consistently ranked in the top 20 to meet up on a court, it's going to be a fun match. But couple that with meeting at midnight, it's going to make this one all the more special. And you actually have a little bit of experience playing in these Midnight Mayhem matchups. You played in the very first one back in the day. What do these guys need to expect coming out here in front of an electric atmosphere?
What they need to expect is there's going to be a great matchup between, like you said, two top 20 teams. They're going to have a large crowd with high volume. People are going to go crazy. What the players need to do is just settle in, get the jitters out early, and just play good volleyball.
Going to take a look now at our Who's Hot player to watch for the away team, the Florida Gators, and that's number 7, the senior, Jack Harris.
Yeah, he's an all-around player, relied heavily on his team. He was the ECVA Far South Tournament MVP in 2017. However, this is his first game back from an elbow injury, so definitely keep an eye out for him.
And on the other side of the court, number 8 for the Flames, the senior, Eugene DeJesus.
Yeah, he's a 6'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois. He has a 38-inch vertical, the highest on the team. This man can jump, so he's a big presence at the net, and he can just take over a game for you.
The Flames will certainly be looking to get him involved early in this one. Certainly will be one of their keys to success as we're now going to transfer and start looking at some of our keys to the game, sponsored by The View. Kevin, what do you have for us to the keys to the game?
Yeah, for Florida, it's simple. It's just minimize those errors. Don't give up easy points on service errors, and minimize those hitting errors, as well as force the ball out to the outside. You know, you want to keep it away from the middle, keep it away from Gene, so that you have a better chance for a victory.
We'll see who can execute those the best, as now we're going to send it over to the third member of our team, Brett Vickery.
Thanks, guys. I hope you guys took a nap today. I know I got my power nap, my espresso in, so I'm feeling good. But I'm not so worried about us, as I know the Florida Gators had a crazy schedule these past couple days. Early this morning, they got on a bus. They arrived at Lynchburg, 3 p.m., took a little power nap before the game, and will head straight back to Florida early tomorrow morning. Now, I don't know about you guys, but traveling 20 hours within a 48-hour window does not sound pleasing to me. But the coaches said they were used to the hectic hours. They've taken that 16-hour road trip to Michigan last season. They're here, they're happy to be here, and ready to play.
They're ready to play. The Flames will be ready to play. It's going to be a fun one. Starting lineups right around the corner. Midnight Mayhem coming up right after this quick commercial break.
Be free to be you. The freedom to drive what you want to drive, wear what you want to wear, and bank where you want to bank. At Carter Bank and Trust, you'll find the freedom to bank the way you like. Personal service with a smile, face-to-face from people that know you. And with services like our no-fee debit card, lifetime free checking, and over 100 convenient locations, you're free to bank your way. Carter Bank and Trust, the freedom to be you.
Sodexo, global leader in quality of life services, is committed to creating exceptional experiences at Liberty University. Enjoy delicious concessions as we cheer on the Flames. Visit us at our many dining locations for both campus and community, and join us in our efforts towards sustainability and fighting hunger in Central Virginia. Sodexo is changing the face of college dining. For more information, visit libertydining.com.
And welcome back here to the Vine Center as we're going to pause 1 second for our national anthem. And now we're going to take a look here at the starting lineups for both teams. And first up, looking at the Florida Gators, number 2, Jimmy Gorillos. Then you got Zach Reining, Jack Harris, Jason Harris, William Sapp, Matthew Fasolo, and Jonathan Zigdon. And now we're going to take a look here for the Flames. Caden Nepper, the captain, Sam Wyman, Brady Quakenbush, Samuel Hess, Daniel Koloff, Eugene DeJesus, and Jacob Holbert. Kevin, about to get set underway here for the 4th Midnight Mayhem match. Did you see their head coach for the Florida Gators, Miguel Ararat? He'll be looking to lead his team to a win here on the road against the Flames. And now look at the Flames head coach, Brian Rigg, here in his 8th season with the Flames. Been impressive tenure for Rigg at the head coaching job.
Absolutely.
Both teams getting set here. All kinds of hype leading up to this game. And I can imagine, Kevin, after sitting around for a whole day, what's it like having to wait all the way till midnight to play?
It's tough, you know, you get those urges, you want to play, but, you know, we're here now, we're excited, everybody's here, crowd's here, enjoying it, probably got amped up on some energy drinks, and everyone's ready to go. We're just waiting for that whistle.
That's what we're all waiting for here. Gators and Flames out on the court. Gators in the white jerseys with the orange numbers there, and the Flames in the all black for the Midnight Mayhem. So we're just waiting for that first whistle to get things underway. What are you going to be watching here in this first set, Kevin, though? How both teams come out. Do you think Florida will come out a little bit shaken with this crowd? If Liberty's played in it before, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting both teams to get some jitters out. You know, it's not just hard for the visiting team to come into this kind of environment. It's also hard for the home team, Liberty. You know, they have been here before, but it's still nothing like they've ever experienced in their season. This crowd is just so big, so amped, so electric that they're just ready to go.
We're officially underway now. First point going to go to the Florida Gators, up 1-0 after that kill.
It looks like one of the outsides got a touch on that ball, so point Gators.
Gators sending that one over. It's going to go into the net. Flames on the board, 1-1.
And that's hard as a player on Florida. You know, you get a good set or a good kill, and then you lose all the momentum if you just hit it in the net with that service error.
Brady Quakenbush now serving for the Flames. He'll go with the jump serve. And an ace!
Great serve. He finds the seams right in between those two in position 1 and position 6. Right in between them. A lot of people call that the merit zone because there's not communication between the two.
He'll be looking to hit that once again right here. Flames up 2-1 in the first set. Quakenbush serving once again. And he'll hit that one into the net. Quakenbush actually comes from a very family with a lot of volleyball. Both of his parents coach volleyball, actually, so you could say volleyball runs in his blood. Gators now serving. Jimmy Guerreros will be serving for them. 2-2 the score here in the first set. And that one, way too much air behind it. Flames get the point, up 3-2.
Again, you can see Florida's a little nervous, you know, a little jittery. The serves aren't going down yet, so they just need to relax and play some volleyball.
Sam Wyman, the libero for the Flames, will be serving here. Clears the net. And gonna go out of bounds there on the Gators.
That's frustrating if you're a Gator fan, because that was a great pass off of a tough serve. Gave the offense an opportunity to score there, and then just hit it out.
4-2 to score. Serve up, and that one unfortunately goes into the net there for Wyman. Gators will be serving. You talked about those jitters earlier, Kevin. How long do you think it takes for players to kind of work those out? Does it take a full set, or do you think we'll see him maybe settle down? As
oh my
big
goodness.
Kill there by DeJesus, and I promise you that won't be the only one of those we see tonight.
Absolutely not. This guy, like I said, this guy can jump out the gym, and that is a crush. You better check the floor over there. That means there might be an indention.
DeJesus bringing the heat on that one. Serve up for the Flames. And that point going to go to the Florida Gators, as that was number 4, Samuel Hess, going in for the kill for the Flames. Flames up 5-4 here in the first set.
Going back to your question, Aaron, it may take a full set to get settled in. I know when I played our first midnight game, it took us the whole first set to get comfortable playing.
DeJesus being set up. He tips it over, kept alive by the Gators. And the point will go to the Flames. Flames up 6-4 now in this first set.
That was a great dig by Sapp over there, giving his team an opportunity to steal a point from Liberty. And again, those hitting errors, they're not finding the court yet.
Samuel Hess serving here for the Flames. And that point going to go to the Gators as DeJesus went up to try to block that one.
Looks like he got a little piece of the net.
Yeah, got tangled up there just a little bit. 6-5, Flames ahead. That one sent cross court there by Quakenbush. Going to go out of bounds. Tie game here at 6 in set number 1. Gators trying to keep it alive. They successfully get it over. Point for the Flames. Great net presence there.
Nice quick set to Brady. You know, Florida has to respect Gene in the middle. Gives them enough time for Brady to come in real quick and get a set.
Flames ahead 7-6. It'll be DeJesus serving. Goes with a jump serve. Florida setting it up. Great dig there by Wyman to keep it alive for the Flames. DeJesus keeps it alive. Another beautiful dig, but it won't matter. Point for the Flames. I tell you, Will Sapp been all over the floor, though, for the Gators.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great rally. And as a player, you want to win those rallies just for your moral support.
DeJesus once again. That one going to go out of bounds. 8-7 the score. Flames up here in set number 1.
Having played against Florida before, they are a very scrappy team. I would say they're probably the scrappiest team that I've ever played against. It looks like here they still have that same DNA, that they're that scrappy team.
Flames keep this one alive. And the point will go to the Flames. Flames with a strong net presence early in this one.
Absolutely, and that's going to be their advantage throughout this whole match. It looks like Florida just is not tall enough or athletic enough at the net, but again, their scrappiness makes up for that.
Nepper now with the serve here for the Flames. Gators looking to set something up. De Jesus saves it.
Another great dig by Weinman.
Wyman been in the right place at the right time. Flames keep it alive.
This is another great rally. It's just important to win these.
Flames somehow keep it alive. End up running there into the net. Point going to go to the Gators.
It's already some great volleyball. It's just the first set. I'm loving this.
Certainly one of the most fun volleyball matches you'll see throughout the year. That one going to go a little too far. Flames will get the point, up 10-8 here in set number 1. Quackenbush going to be serving here for the Flames. And point going to go to the Gators. Number 2, Jimmy Guerreros serving here for the Gators. New addition to this team, used to play at Pepperdine. Know they're really happy about what he brings to the table.
Absolutely. Pepperdine is well known for their volleyball players.
Beautiful dig there by Sapp once again for the Gators. And the net presence picks up another point for Florida. Tie game here in set number 1 at 10 apiece.
Again, great save by Sepp over there, giving his team a chance, and this time they actually got that point, so good for them.
And Sapp just falling there to both knees, able to keep it alive for the Gators and get them once again another point.
It looks like Liberty right now is just struggling with some silly mental errors. Right there was a double on Caden, the setter.
Guerreros once again serving here for the Gators. Sent over by the Flames. And that's number 5, Zach Reining, getting his first kill of the evening. The junior playing solid for the Florida Gators. Timeout for the Flames. What are you seeing in the early parts of this one, Kevin?
Well, it's great. When you're a server and you get a chance to get some serves in, you get a rhythm, you're feeling good, your teams are scoring points, so Florida's playing really well right now. It's a great call by Riggs for timeout just to kind of get that momentum back to Liberty.
Gators up 12-10, going to take a second look now at that last point that led to the timeout.
Just a nice solid dig, or nice solid hit down the line. Saw an opening and cashed in on that. Great hit.
And Zach Reining, the one that came up with that big hit. He's one of the better players on this team, and one of the things that the Gators are really like about him is the way that he leads by example out on the court, both on the court and off the court. And you know, you've played volleyball before. It's important to have those guys on a team.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you got to have those veteran leaders that you can just look to on and off the court, and you just grow that respect, that friendship, that teammate, that brotherhood. It's always very, very important. You want to have that as a team.
Yeah, and speaking of veteran leadership, both teams have a lot of upperclassmen. Florida actually with 3 graduate players. The Flames with quite a bit of juniors, a couple of seniors sprinkled in there. So both teams have been in big situations before. We'll see how they handle them tonight.
Another great block right there. Number 20.
So you talked about that momentum. Guerrero's been serving for quite some time now.
Yeah, when you come out of a timeout, you want to earn that point, and when you don't, it takes away from that momentum.
We'll see if the Flames can try to take back some of that momentum. That one going to go a little wide left. Gators up now 13-10. They're showing early in this one that the atmosphere, the time of the game isn't impacting them at all.
Yeah, actually 14-10. So they're getting a pretty decent, nice cushion of a lead.
Jesus tries to keep it alive there for the Flames. Sent over and somehow kept alive there by the Gators.
Just a scrappy team. There's a point for Liberty.
Barely catches the back end there and able to get the ball back. 14-11 your score here in set number 1. So yeah, that's just that effort that you were talking about, the scrappiness by Florida. They just won't go away late in these rallies.
And that'll wear you down as a team when you see that. There's a nice ace right there by Weinman. Maybe that's what the Liberty Flames need to get that momentum back. Aces and blocks are always momentum shifters.
Wyman, an all East Coast player, one of the defensive specialists here for the Flames. And Flames just got completely tricked on that one.
Yeah, that's a nice changeup by Jack Harris. You know, usually coming in with a pound, just a hard hit. This one was a nice changeup that found the floor.
Get a second look at it there. Flames just couldn't get a body there on time. Another point gonna go to the Gators.
It's another ace.
16-12 your score here in set number 1. Ball up. DeJesus.
Looks like there's a touch.
Point gonna go to the Flames. So 16-13. Set number 1, Daniel Koloff gonna be serving here for the Flames. Sophomore standing at 6'2" out of Delaware, Ohio. His first serve of the evening.
Nice lefty too. It's a little different look.
Great dig there by Wyman. Sap there once again for the Gators. Gators trying to set something up. Flames keeping it alive.
It's a free ball over there. Let's see if the Gators can use this.
And DeJesus there with the net presence to send it right back in the Gators' face.
Very nice block by DeJesus. I talked to Coach Rigg before the game. He's averaging a block a set, which is very, very good. You want that for your middle. And just a great block.
And DeJesus has that ability to come in and take over a game. He's done it his entire career and doing it once again here tonight. Fortunately, that one going to go out of bounds there for the Flames. It looked like they had a little bit of that momentum, and then after just one errant serve, it goes back to the Gators once again.
As a coach, that would just frustrate you because you earned that point with a nice block, and then you give it right back to Florida with a service error.
Gators trying to keep it alive. That one goes into the stands, and Sapp's really good, but he's not that good. Can't quite get that one.
Right. But even as a hitter, that was a great hit, but Florida still got a touch on it. So even though it didn't go straight down, you know, it shows that they're all over the place, and you got to be more strategic on where you want to hit the ball.
That was Samuel Hess there serving that one into the net. Gators getting ready to serve here. Jack Harris, we mentioned earlier, his first game back from the elbow injury. DeJesus gets blocked at the net. 19-15, Gators ahead here in set number 1. And Flames starting to lose control here a little bit in the first set.
Yeah, it's just trying to settle in, feel out your opponent. They got a nice double block on that set, and it just went straight down.
Wyman sends it over for the Flames. Sapp keeps it alive. Great dig there by Quackenbush. That's going to be a kill for the Gators. Going to see a timeout here from Coach Brian Rigg. What's your message if you're Coach Rigg in that huddle?
I would just tell them to relax. Now you have to go 2 for 1 out for the rest of the game. You know, minimize those errors. Right now, Liberty is looking like they're the ones that are nervous in front of this big crowd. So you just need to settle in and go on some runs. You know, you can't get a huge block or a huge kill and then get back to the service line and hit it out of bounds or hit it into the net and give them that point right back. So you gotta stream up a couple of points in a row to get back into this game.
And you mentioned it seemed like the Flames were the nervous ones. Coach Miguel Ararat of the Gators was asked, you know, do you think your guys are going to struggle coming into this game? Have they played in big games like this? And he wasn't afraid to say, look, this is the biggest game my guys have probably played in. He said, but even though that's the case, they're not going to be intimidated by the atmosphere, and they certainly haven't shown it earlier in this one.
No, not at all.
Something the Flames are going to look for too as well, probably, if they can get back into this game. You want to get the crowd involved, you know?
Absolutely.
You've got a great atmosphere. Try to utilize that if you're the Flames. So Flames down 20-15.
There's another silly error. Got a double call. Again, it starts with the pass. If for Liberty, they need to have a good rhythm pass to get Caden the option to, like this one. This would be a great.
And Sapp not able to hold on to it there as Quackenbush gets a kill for the Flames, 21-16.
Like I said, you want to get your setter the best opportunity to run the offense. You want to give him 3 options, either the outside, the middle, or the right side. And when the passes aren't there, you can only go one way.
DeJesus there sends that serve into the net. Not a mistake you would expect out of the senior too often.
No, and it's hard because those high volume jump serves, they're high risk and they're high reward. So if they're not falling right now, it's going to be trouble for Liberty.
Sapp will be the one serving here for the Gators whenever we start it once again. Sapp serves it over. Good dig there by the Gators. And once again, the net presence of the Gators. We talked about the Flames having a little bit of a height advantage, but it's not looking like it with the way the Gators front line is playing.
The Gators are playing just phenomenal defense right now. They're getting touches on hits. They're getting blocks. They're funneling the Liberty hitters right to where they want to go.
And Sapp's serve goes out of bounds.
Looked like Liberty got lucky on that one because it looks like both players were looking at each other to go for that ball. Luckily for Liberty, it went out of bounds.
Caden Nepper, the captain here, serving for the Flames, and once again sends it into the net. 24-17 here for the Gators. Gators looking good in the first set. But part of that, the Flames kind of shooting themselves in the foot with some of these silly plays.
That's true. I can't fault Caden for that. My first serve at the midnight volleyball game was in the net, so I can't fault him for that.
You can speak from experience as the Gators take set number 1, 25-17. Now that set number 1's over, though, for the Flames, you looking for them to come out strong in the second?
Absolutely. They just need to regroup, relax, and get their rhythm in.
Plenty more volleyball to come your way. Midnight Mayhem, it's always fun. We'll be back after this quick commercial break. And welcome back here to the Vine Center. Aaron Nolan alongside Kevin Snyder. First set already completed. Gators took that one 25-17. And as we were talking about earlier, this is the 4th Midnight Mayhem matchup here in Liberty University history. We're going to take a look now back at some of those previous games. And Kevin, you mentioned to me earlier you got to play in that very first match. I know it was a defeating loss, but what was it like for that very first midnight game? Take us back to that night.
We'll stroll down memory lane. All right. So the first one was great. I mean, the crowd was just so ecstatic and electric, and it just boosted our momentum. It was unbelievable. It was a great matchup against a really great team. Rutgers, I believe, was number 5 at the time in the country. We lost in 5 sets. We gave our heart and souls out to that first game, and unfortunately we lost. In 2016, we played against Virginia Tech. And Virginia Tech, honestly, they could have won the whole national tournament.
Wow.
they actually destroyed Liberty in 3 sets, and then last year we came back and defended that loss and got revenge back on Virginia Tech and won in 3 as well.
Great job by them coming back here. We're going to meet up once again with the 3rd member of our team, Brett Vickery.
Oh, hi guys. So tonight is actually the 4th annual Midnight Mayhem meeting for the Flames, but it's actually streamed live on ESPN3 for the very first time. Beach volleyball coach Caleb Van de Perry is the one who initiated the conversation and said that it's a great recruit boost and a unique opportunity for the guys to be a part of one of the first club matches aired on the network. And agreeing, Coach Riggs says it's an excellent platform, hopes the name got out for everybody because the Collegiate Volleyball Federation are the ones that usually air all of these events on their website. So tonight, we're making it big. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to all of the men's volleyball players watching tonight because it's going to be a great name, making it big for men's volleyball.
Certainly a big addition for this matchup to be seen on ESPN3. And Kevin, that has to be big for potential players to come to Liberty, because Liberty and even Florida now can start saying, hey, you come play here, you can be on ESPN.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great marketing tool for both teams. You know, this is what players want to see from in high school.
Right.
They want to be able to say that they're going to be on ESPN. Who wouldn't?
So the Flames get the first point here of the 2nd set. Jesus with the block there at the net.
It's interesting, Florida mixed up their libero. Sapp is not in there anymore.
Gators going to get that one, and you mentioned there the Gators bringing in the new libero. Florida, unlike a lot of volleyball teams, they actually rotate out liberos almost every other set. The new one out there is John Matthews, and he's kind of the floor general out there for this team. He does a lot with this team, and a lot of the guys look up to him, so him being out there, them up 1 set, could be big news for the Gators. Flames get point number 2 here of set 2. Florida up 1 set to nothing. DeJesus going to be serving here for the Flames, and after what he did last time, you got to think he's got that in the back of his mind, want to put this one over.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every server wants to get that ball over the net to give them a chance.
DeJesus tried to make the dig, but just not able to get there in time. Jack Harris with the kill there for the Gators.
Yes, very, very nice swing by Jack Harris. You know, at Liberty defenders, they need to identify their hitters and stick with them. Right now, it looks like Harris got away from them.
And we talked earlier, we said we wondered if the elbow was going to be an issue for Harrison. The way he's been playing, it looks like it's no problem at all.
Absolutely, it looks like 100%. I mean, that was a great swing earlier, so good for him to get back to full recovery.
Flames up 3-2 here in set number 2. Serves it over by Nepper, the captain for this Flames team. A little bit of miscommunication there, getting caught in no man's land are the Flames.
And that's just a great shot by Harris. A lot of these Florida players and some Liberty players actually play beach volleyball during the summer. It's a great way to get some touches and work on those shots. They're right there. That was a great beach roll. Not too hard, not too soft.
And Florida once again at the net. Get another point on the board here in the 2nd set, 4-3. Now in set number 2 with Florida up 1 set to nothing. And you mentioned that beach volleyball play there. DeJesus, Nepper, and Quackenbush, all 3 of the guys and Jensen as well, they kind of cross-train with beach volleyball, and that obviously brings a lot of elements to your game whenever you can play beach volleyball.
Oh, absolutely. I actually did that my first summer out here. I was on the beach volleyball team, and it helped me with my passing. It helped me with my vertical. It helped me with my shots. I mean, it's nothing but good for each player.
That one goes out of bounds on the Gators. 5-4 the score here in the 2nd set. Flames trying to battle back. In front of a big crowd here in the Vine Center for the 4th Midnight Mayhem game.
Again, that's a great swing by Florida. Liberty just getting caught, not identifying their hitters. You know, the Florida hitter comes in really quickly. They don't see him, and then all of a sudden it's just a nice, easy angle. Unfortunately, it hit Quackenbush right in the face.
Yeah, nothing he could really do about that one. Just had to take that one as the diving save no good for the Gators. Flames get another point, down 1 now.
And that hit kind of got this crowd back into it. You know, they seemed a little quiet from the start of this set, and hopefully Liberty can continue that momentum and get them back into this.
Serve up by the Flames. DeJesus there at the net. And there's a kill for Quackenbush.
Nice. They used DeJesus as a diversion, caught the Florida blockers by surprise, and Quackenbush just came in for a nice kill.
Wyman serving for the Flames.
Looks like the Florida were out of rotation. You have to stay within both players. You know, they have set areas that they need to stand at, and it looks like Florida just fell asleep on that.
Wyman serving once again, the libero for this Flames team. DeJesus went up to block that one, but it wasn't enough as Jack Harris led the charge there for the Florida Gators. John Matthews, the junior, going to be serving. And Matthews unable to hold on to that one. It's Daniel Koloff with the kill for the Flames.
And that was a great decision by the captain, Caden Kepper. Everyone was heavily looking at DeJesus, and he set it off to the outside or opposite side.
Koloff serving, he puts it in the net once again. 8-8 the score here in the second set. Florida up 1-0. Send up to Jesus. DeJesus with the kill.
Liberty needed something to get going, and hopefully this is it. It's a nice set by Kepper. DeJesus gets the friendly roll, and it goes down. So hopefully they can get this going.
Ball sent over there by Hess. Not able to be kept alive by Wyman. Gators will tie this one back up at 9. And Guerrero serving once again, as we mentioned earlier, came in from Pepperdine.
You gotta love the effort by Florida. Even though they may not get the ball, you see a lot of people diving, getting on the floor, making that effort. You know, as a coach, you definitely love seeing players like that.
DeJesus sends it over for the Flames. Flames net presence there, unable to stop the Gators as they're going to get the ball back.
They set up a good block there. Just Holbert just wasn't at the net pressing over. It hit him right in the arms. He was just not pressed over, so the ball just didn't get over on their side.
A great play there by the captain, Caden Nepper, able to find the empty spot on the court and put the ball in the exact spot he wanted. Nepper, one of those guys who's really determined out on the court, has great positioning. You could see it right there as he just flicked that one over, gave the Flames their 11th point.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of settled into his own. The first match or first set, he seemed a little on edge. Now I feel like he's getting that rhythm. He's finding his hitters, and hopefully the Flames are going from there.
John Matthews tried to make the diving save there for the Gators. Wasn't able to get there in time. Flames now up 12-11 here in the second set. Gators up 1-0. The Flames gonna get a new body in there. Samuel Hess will come in for Sam Wyman. Serve up by Quackenbush. Flames keep it alive. DeJesus, you can't contain that strike at all.
That's a nice big swing from the back row. I mean, you put it up there and he's going to go get it. Watch this from Nepper. Just a nice, hard downward hit just from the back row. It's really impressive.
You mentioned in the pregame there talking about DeJesus, about how tall he can jump, and you really saw his full range of motion on that last play. Nepper unable to get to it in time for the Flames.
Yeah, Koloff just got caught sleeping. He's not at the net. He wasn't ready to block. Kind of gave Florida a wide open net, and they have capitalized on that.
So Jax Harris will be serving here for the Gators. That one sent a little too far there for the Flames. Jack Harris, actually a senior on this Florida Gators team. He's got a brother on this team, Jason Harris. So both of them out there tonight for the Gators. Great opportunity for the brothers to play, as that's a kill for number 12, Jacob Holbert.
It's a shame. I feel like the crowd just needs to get involved.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, you're right.
Liberty need to play better, just get in more of a rhythm, get some more points, get some more spikes, and get this team back involved. I thought that was it right there.
DeJesus certainly has that ability to get everyone back in. He's going to go up for it once again and just hit that one into the net.
That's Nepper's fault right there. He's got to set that ball a little higher. It looks like DeJesus had a weird angle on it with his arm swing. He needs to set that ball higher for his big man.
14-14 the score here in the second set. Florida scores that point, so 15-14 now. And you just mentioned it a couple minutes ago there, Kevin. It's their biggest weapon tonight is the crowd, and it's just not being utilized right now.
Yeah, it's a real shame because this is a great crowd. There's a nice point for Liberty. They just need to get ignited.
We'll see if that happens here. As you see the crowd there, you can always expect a great crowd, and it's just been continuing to grow over the years. Got a crowd of over 4,000 plus last year, and they always love to pack it in here for the Midnight Mayhem volleyball games. Kill there by number 2, Jimmy Guerreros for the Florida Gators. Gators up now 16-15, and if you're the Flames, you obviously don't want to lose this second set and go down 2-0.
Definitely not. This is a very, very important set for the Flames. Although I'm looking over at Florida, they look very, very comfortable, especially in this hostile environment.
Flames get that point, bring it back to 16-all. Flames 23-9-2 on the season coming into this game. And they really had a great first half of the year. As a great save there by Wyman. Point going to go to the Flames, so starting to gain a little bit of momentum, maybe get this crowd into it.
Yeah, that's always a momentum shifter, is a nice save, a nice dig by Wyman. Luckily for Liberty, Florida got caught up in the net.
And as I was talking about earlier, Flames coming into this game, winning 9 of 11 games to close out the first half of the year. Another brilliant save as the Flames try to make the diving effort, not able to get to it. Flames had the most wins ever in the fall semester of this year, and Coach Rigg just basically said, we're expecting to do that again in the spring semester. I like where we're at with this, guys. How cool has it been to see the transition of this program over the years to really one of the best known programs in the nation?
Yeah, you always want to leave a program better than where you found it or where you got it. You know, I'm proud of this program and what the Coach Rigg has done by recruiting players, finding good talent, building on each year's success. And hopefully this year we're going to be in the gold bracket and compete for a national championship.
Certainly the goal from Coach Rigg and this Flames team, as they're in a battle right now here in the second set. 18-all, Florida up 1-0.
It's hard as a competitor because I'm like, I want to get out, like, let me get out there and let me hit something, you know, but I got to contain myself. Liberty with an easy point. Nice service error from the Florida Gators. Gets them a 19 to 18 point advantage, so hopefully they can capitalize this and get to that 25 marker.
And Nepper now up for the Flames. He's got the hardest jump serve on the team. So the Flames will be looking to utilize that. Keep it alive. And there you see the net presence showing up for the Flames.
Yeah, just skimmed off of the Flames, went out of bounds. It's a tough point to lose, but they're touching balls, so that's what you want.
Zach Reining with the serve. That one gonna go way too far, as the Flames will now lead 20-19 here in the second set. Would be a big momentum swing if the Flames could battle it out here for the last couple points and win this second set.
Absolutely. No team is out until it's over.
Point goes to the Flames, so sort of a 2-point cushion now. As Brady Quackenbush going to be serving once again. Quackenbush really moved through the ranks of this program. 2 years ago, he was on the bench of the D2 team, and here he is starting and making an impact for the D1 team.
Yeah, it's great to see him come up the ranks, really develop as a player. It's awesome to see his success.
So 21-20 now, Flames ahead. Jack Harris going to be serving here for the Gators. Nepper setting up his team. John Matthews tips that one back for the Gators, and the point will go to the Flames.
It's a big-time hit from a sophomore Koloff. This pivotal in the game. Nepper went to him. Way to deliver.
That one, Koloff blocked a piece of it, but just couldn't get it all. Point will go to the Gators, 22-21 here in the second set. Matthews now with the serve. Nepper gonna set it up. Nepper trying to set up to Jesus. DeJesus gets it.
What a great play. Most teams, they don't let their middles pass the ball. But DeJesus has great hands, nice passing, and sets himself up for a nice kill.
And you know, the front line there for the Gators was doing the best they could to elevate, but DeJesus just gets so high, it's hard to block that guy.
You know when it's a good pass, they're going right to him, so.
Gators now trying to respond. Jesus makes the one-handed save there. That point gonna go to the Gators.
Yeah, Liberty looked like they were just scrapping, trying to find a hitter. They found it, unfortunately just didn't make it.
Save there by Matthews, but it won't be enough as he knocks that one out of bounds. 24-22, Flames down 1-0 here to the Gators. And the sophomore from Telford, Pennsylvania, Samuel Harris, will be looking to put this set away here for the Flames. Beautiful dig there by Wyman. And the Flames pick up the second set, 1-1. And that one might get the crowd back into it.
Well done by the captain to finish the game off.
So Flames pick up the much-needed second set win. And you gotta feel good about how that one's going. Now we're gonna send it over to the third member of our team, Brett Vickery, who's standing by with former men's volleyball player.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Tim Jacobson. Now, Tim, you played in the Midnight Mayhem game 2 years ago. What is that experience like as a player?
Well, it's a really sweet experience to be here in this big arena. Normally, as club volleyball players, we don't get this type of exposure. So being here with the crowd and the lights and being in front of everybody is really an awesome experience. A lot of people don't get to do that.
And would you say the same as a spectator?
Yeah, definitely a spectator. Not as nervous, though. I was still a little nervous for the guys, but being here, just watching, the nerves are definitely not as intense as they are when you're out on the court.
Well, thanks, Tim, for being here.
Sure.
Aaron?
Thanks there, Brett. Always great to see former players back in the building. Well, we started at Friday night. It's Saturday morning now. 1-1 your score after 2 sets. And welcome back here to the Vine Center. Aaron Nolan alongside Kevin Snyder. And that package right there, just a great reminder that Midnight Mayhem isn't just a volleyball thing, it's really a Liberty thing. You got 2 hockey games a year, the volleyball game, and then they do a lacrosse game as well. So if you're in the area, definitely encourage you to come down and check out one of these midnight games. They're always a lot of fun, but if not, always tune in and watch because the players just give it their all, more so than normal out there in the midnight games, and it's always fun to watch. And Kevin, now we're gonna shift our focus to kind of talk about something that's been hurting the Flames as of recently, and that's service errors.
Absolutely. What service errors are is just free points. It's points that the team on the other end don't have to work for. So when you're handing out free points like Liberty did that first set, it looked like they got 5, 6, 7 free points. That's what ultimately hurt Liberty at the end in that first set. They couldn't seem to find a rhythm in their serves. Maybe it's the crowd, maybe it's the midnight game, but that second set they did a much better job getting their serves in and giving themselves a chance to earn that point.
Certainly looked a lot more confident out there in the second set. So if you're the Florida Gators, though, coming into this third set, after dropping the second set, what do you need to adjust going into the third?
I don't think they need to adjust. They just need to do better at what they're good at, which is being scrappy and being smart with their hits. It looks like that second set, you know, they had a couple of service errors, hitting errors, and some silly net errors. If they just minimize that, they're right back in it as well. So it's just a great matchup between 2 great teams, and as you can see by the results of the first 2 sets, they took 1 apiece.
And we kind of expected that coming in because if you look at both these teams when the rankings come out here in the next couple of weeks on February 7th, you're going to see that both these teams are going to be pretty similar and close to each other. This game will obviously dictate probably who's in front, but year after year, both these teams consistently in the top 20, and when these 2 kind of teams match up, you know it's going to be a great matchup.
Right. Florida is probably the best team from the Southeast, and Liberty is one of the best teams in the Middle East, so you know, it's always going to be a great battle.
Florida actually won the Southeast Division last year, so they'll be looking to repeat as champions after the first serve there by the Flames goes out of bounds. Gators up 1-0 here in the third set.
As I just mentioned, that's just free points that Florida didn't have to earn.
DeJesus with the kill. He's been the guy that's been able to get their crowd on their feet in this one.
Absolutely. He's just probably their most powerful hitter. Reminds me of me back in the day, but we won't go there.
Might be a little too nice there to yourself.
Great service ace for Liberty. Gives them a 2-1 lead over the Florida Gators.
1-1 here in the third set. 2-1 the score here in the third. Set's 1-1. Did the Gators tie that one up? 2-2 now.
As you can see by the score, Florida didn't earn any of those 2 points. It was given to them by service errors. They cut those out. Liberty could be up 4-0.
Guerrero serves. Nepper gives it over.
There's a free ball. They better use it.
Setting up to Jesus. Point will go to the Flames as they hit it underneath the net there. And that was a nice move there by DeJesus. You would expect him to use all the force he had to put that one down, but with a little trickery, just barely tapped that one, and it threw the Gators off.
He's just a smart hitter. It's great to change it up every now and then to keep the defense on their toes.
Nice dig there by DeJesus.
Which is really rare for a middle. I mean, you don't get too many defensive saves by a middle in the back row.
Yeah, and it seems like there's been quite a few things that you've seen DeJesus do, and you say that's not typically something for that player to do. So he's one of those guys that he can do it all out there, and he really has been so far this evening.
Yeah, he's a special player. He's very special.
DeJesus thought he had an ace there. He was surprised to see that one called towards the Gators.
Along with 4,000 other people that thought that ball was in.
A little bit of an error there by Wyman. He says, my bad. All tied up here in the third set, 4-4.
That kind of play, you just can't do anything but smile. You know, you're like,
right.
I was all over that ball. Smart heads-up play of the next one, just knows it going out of bounds.
So he makes up for the mistake, gets the Flames back on top, 5-4 here in the third set. Will be this junior captain, Caden Nepper, serving here for the Flames. Point there for the Gators.
It just starts with a great pass. It was a high pass, but it was right to the setter. He didn't have to move at all. And then that gives him that 3 options. He could go the outside, the middle, or the right side.
Reining now serving here for the Gators. DeJesus. Gators somehow keep it alive. Nepper. And that's a kill for Quackenbush.
Great swing by Quackenbush. That's exciting. That gets the crowd pumped up. Nice line hit.
Gonna get another look there at the great kill by Quackenbush, just reaching his arm back. And
that's a great line shot. He sees that the block is inside, taking away his angle. He goes right down the line with it. Great swing.
And unfortunately, after the great kill, we're shaking our heads once again because Quackenbush with another service error. Jack Harris sends that one over for the Gators. Flames keep it alive. And there's a block up top by number 12, Jacob Holbert.
And there's the crowd too. Nothing is a big momentum shifter like a huge block.
We get another look here at the block by Holbert.
A great close by Holbert. The outside sets that block in, and he goes down and closes it and gets that nice block.
Great dig there by Wyman. Wyman keeping the Flames alive in this one. Point for the Flames. I believe they're going to say he touched the net.
No, what they're saying is that the ball wasn't at the middle of the net. The ball had never crossed the plane, and so you got to give Liberty a chance to go after that ball, and they just didn't. Yeah, it was right on that net on the Liberty side.
Yeah, and he just reached over there. Flames with another point.
That's a smart hit by DeJesus. Sees that it was open. He saw that Florida was crowding up on the net. It was a nice, easy hit right to the outside corner.
And the Gators sneak it by the Flames front line. Get their first point in quite some time as the Flames went on a little bit of a run there. We talked about building that momentum while you're serving, and Wyman certainly had it until it got lost right there.
It looks like, I'm looking at Liberty, and it looks like they're more relaxed. You've seen a lot more smiles. They're more just playing the game and just having fun. I like it.
Sapp serving now for the Gators. Send up to Jesus. Sapp.
Nice touch by Sapp. Great rally right here. A lot of touches, a lot of defensive stops. I believe they called the ball out of bounds on that Florida hit. It went outside of the antenna, right in front of the up ref.
So 10-7 your score here in the third set. Set's tied 1-1. Serve over for the Flames. Keeping it alive.
Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. These ball rollers just roll the ball onto the court. Liberty wants that one back. I mean, they got a nice defensive play and about ready to kill it, and then had to do a redo.
Nothing you can do about that one. Koloff serving once again. Great dig there by Wyman to keep it alive, but
that's a missed call by the up ref because Wyman got that one up. I guarantee you he got that one up. That's a great hit or a great up by Wyman. I think they're going to redo this.
So Koloff serving for the third time here, trying to get the exact same point. Koloff sends it over. The Flames get the point.
I guess third time's a charm. Liberty finally got a point. Get this crowd back involved. Looks like Florida's calling a timeout to try and stop that momentum.
Certainly don't blame them, as the Flames have looked good here at the start of the third set. What are the Flames doing right now, Kevin, that's leading to this offensive surge?
I just think they're just relaxed. They're more comfortable. They're smiling. They're having fun. They're trusting each other. Their defense looks fantastic. Weinman is doing a great job of that, getting a lot of touches, stealing a lot of kills from Florida, and they're executing on the offensive end. They're putting balls down. They're hitting the balls inbounds, and they're just playing a really good volleyball right now.
On the other side of the net, if you're Florida, anything you adjust or just keep playing your same style right now?
I think you just have to trust each other. Right now, they're getting a lot of touches as well. We've seen a lot of rallies right now, long rallies. They just need to find somebody that can put the ball down, that can score them that point.
11-7 the score here in the third set. Tied 1-1. There's about 30 seconds left in the timeout. Both teams coming out and getting ready to get back underway. I think that was a real smart timeout, though, by the Gators, because you could certainly tell the crowd was starting to get into it here, and the Flames obviously had some momentum, so Gators obviously hoping this can stop that momentum.
Right, this is an important point for them right here. They need to get this point.
Koloff sends it over. Gators looking to get that point, and they do. Beautiful kill there by the Gators.
Yeah, looks like they stopped that momentum real quick.
So no problem for them to get back on the board, 11-8. Jason Harris, sends it over. Flames get the point. Now 12-8.
That's a smart hit by a hitter. You know, you can't always just pound the ground. Sometimes the block's there. You just have to be smart with it and hit it off of their hands.
Wyman makes another big save for the Flames. DeJesus extending his arms and getting the point for the Flames.
That play was all about Sam Weinman. Way to steal this ball right here. Giving Liberty a chance to get that point back. Great job. I was always a hitter. I never, defense was not my specialty. And seeing him get all these balls, it's impressive.
Defense isn't something that is always flashy and fun to talk about, but Sam Wyman sure makes it look fun out there.
Absolutely. I remember playing with him when he came in as a freshman in practices.
DeJesus!
What a hit by DeJesus! That got the crowd going.
Anytime he's in the air, you know it's going to be a problem, and he just buries that one. Flames up 14-9 here in the third set.
With that kind of hit, you just have to put your arms out and close your eyes and hope that you can get a touch on that, because you're not getting a touch any other way.
So much force and so much power behind the hits by DeJesus. It's hard to find an answer to stop it. That one goes off of Zigden there of Florida. Be another point for the Flames. It'll be Caden Nepper serving as one of the hardest jump serves on this team. Another save by Wyman. DeJesus with force, but a little too much. That one goes out of bounds.
I remember when Wyman came in as a freshman and we were practicing, and I would always hit it line right to him, and he would, some of these that he got up, I was just blown away. I'm like, this little freshman is stealing my points. DeJesus needs to calm down, and he's hit 2 out of bounds right now. He just needs to calm down, find the court, get Liberty back in this.
Riney now with the serve here for the Gators. Another big save by Sapp. And Harris doesn't quite get the point there for the Gators.
Looks like Harris was just a little bit too close, got just grazed the net with his follow-through on his swing. Gave a point to Liberty.
Flames up 16-12. Trying to take their second set in a row here in the 4th annual Midnight Mayhem volleyball game. And great play there by Yanni Zigden of the Gators.
Yeah, smart play by Zigden. Found that open little spot right on the side here. Smart play.
To be Jack Harris serving. And right there, Zigden and Garello both there to not let the ball even think about coming on their side of the court.
That went straight down. That was a nice block by those two.
Harris once again with the serve. Sapp unable to dive for it. Flames with their 17th point of the 3rd set.
I like that call by Nepper. He gave the ball right back to him. He just got blocked. That shows a lot of faith in your teammate that I'm going to go right back to you, and he got the job done, got that point.
In an interview earlier this week, Riggs said that this team's like one giant family, and certainly saw the trust there between one another. Flames trying to close out this 3rd set strong, and once again, the front line for the Gators sends it back right in the Flames' face.
Those two blockers are probably their best blockers, especially of this match. You know, Liberty's got to be a little smarter about their hits when those two are up in the front.
Sapp now with the serve here for the Gators. Nepper sets up to Jesus. Gators try to keep it alive. DeJesus sends in the forceful serve.
You can go back on the other side and get that save.
Flames somehow keeping it alive.
Long rally. Looks like they called Liberty for a double hit on DeJesus.
Took them a little bit to call it there. There was a little bit of confusion on the Gators side. We're going to see a timeout by Coach Brian Rigg of the Flames.
What I was mentioning earlier, you can run on the other side to run down a ball, but you have to pass it on your side before you can hit it over.
And we saw Sapp do that very well there. Don't see that too often, but he certainly executed that one to perfection. As we've been talking about, obviously 4th Midnight Mayhem game here for this men's volleyball team, and it's really started to turn into sort of a whole day of fun for this Flames team, as now it's the annual tradition for Coach Brian Rigg to kind of have the whole team over and have a giant roast and just fix all kinds of food up. And Kevin, you were saying you didn't quite get that treat whenever you were there, but he's certainly enjoying it with his guys now.
We didn't get that star quality treatment. He had us over. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a roast. I don't know. We got probably something light, maybe a salad or something. That was about as far as we got.
Coach Rigg trying to make this day even more special for these guys. And honestly, as a club volleyball, like as a volleyball player for this university, how special is it for this many people to come into a building to watch you? Because you're not used to a ton of students coming and watching your games. A ton of students probably don't watch a lot of games except for this one. A lot of eyes on your team for this game. What does that feel like as a player?
As a player, you know, it's great to have so much support from your university. Like, it's great because this is a late night approved event, and otherwise all these students would be asleep in their dorm or supposed to be asleep. But it's a good chance for them to stay up late, get out, and watch some good volleyball.
Yeah, you give Liberty students an excuse to be out past curfew, and I promise you they will be there, as they certainly have done all 4 years of this Midnight Mayhem game. Sapp with the dig there to keep it alive, and DeJesus with the big block.
That is a big roof right there. It went straight down. Great set by DeJesus to set that block and close out on it. This guy had nowhere to go.
Woo. Just extending his arms, and
he's so big, his arms are so long, he can jump so high and reach so far over the net that when it touches his arms, it goes straight down.
Good get back there, though, for the Gators after the block by DeJesus to tie this one up once again. 18-18 here in the 3rd set. Front line not able to block that one for the Gators. Flames up by 1.
It may not be the most glamorous point, but hey, that's a point, and those are important.
At the end of the day, all you need is 25 to win the set. Doesn't matter how glamorous they are. Wyman touches that one, and it's going to give the Gators their 19th point of the 3rd set.
What I love about this match, as we see set 3 coming to a close, is these liberos going at it. Sapp and Wyman both just with some phenomenal digs. It looks like it's just a great head-to-head matchup between those two.
They've both made some big plays for their team. As that point going to go to the Gators. Quackenbush thought he might have kept it in bounds, but didn't. But back to your point there about the liberos, both of them making huge plays for their team, keeping the balls alive, and really giving their team a lot of momentum going forward. It'll be fun to watch them as these sets continue to wear on to see which one steps up and makes a bigger play down the stretch. 20-20 now in the 3rd set. And it's always a great sign when you see DeJesus back there serving for the Flames. So much power. Gators trying to sit it over. Koloff there to save it. DeJesus.
It's a great rally right here. And with that, Florida takes the lead. That's huge for them.
Florida battling back in this 3rd set.
This is where I want to see Liberty respond here. Sometimes they rise to the challenge, and other times they fade away. We'll see what happens here.
Nepper sets it up. And once again, the front line of the Gators there to not allow anything by.
Man, that's just a great close by these Florida blockers here. He had nowhere to go. Liberty down 2.
Big play there by Nepper. He's made a couple of those tonight where you think he's just going to set someone up, but instead he ends up dumping it over, and that gives the Flames their 21st point, down just 1 now.
He's keeping the defense honest. They got a test for him as well.
Nepper, one of the best servers on this team, puts it over. DeJesus, and that's just an unfortunate.
That is just some clever dodging is what that is. They dodged out of the way.
Flames end up getting the point.
It's nothing but smiles from Weinman and DeJesus as both of them just luckily dodged out of the way of this.
Looks like they were originally both going to go for it, then they saw where it was going, and they just got out of the way. Great heads-up play by Wyman and DeJesus. Kill there by Reining of the Gators. He's been big in this 3rd set for them. Had a couple of kills here and there. He's got the Gators up 1 here in the 3rd set. Reining will be serving.
Ooh, looks like Liberty got caught out of rotation. That's going to cost them a point. And it's such a critical point right now, especially with game point on the line right here for Florida, which gave them an easy point for there.
That one's going to hurt for the Flames as the Gators now in prime position to try to take this 3rd set. Coach Riggs trying to understand the call there. Serve up by Reining. Point will go to the Flames.
Liberty shaved off 1 match point. They're gonna have to do 1 more right here.
This point right here, a pivotal point for this entire game. So obviously if it goes the Gators' way, they win the 3rd set. If the Flames win it, could potentially come away with this set. Harris sends it over, saved by. That's gonna do it in the 3rd set. The Gators come up big, win the 3rd set, 25-23. 3 sets down. We don't know how many more to go. Gators up 2-1 in this Midnight Mayhem volleyball game. And welcome back here to the Vine Center. Aaron Nolan alongside Kevin Snyder. Gators take the third set up 2-1. Won the first one 25-17. Flames win the second one 25-22. And then the Gators win the third one 25-23. Now we're going to send it over to the third member of our team, once again standing alongside beach volleyball head coach Caleb Vandeperry.
Thanks, Aaron. Now, Coach, what kind of work goes on behind the scenes in order to put on an event like this?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. We get huge support from the university, from club sports, marketing department, LFSN. We work with athletics running the Vines. There's just so many different parts that move together, and we all get really good support and just work together really well. It's awesome.
And how does it feel getting this game streamed on ESPN3 for the first time?
It's unreal. It's huge for men's volleyball here. It's huge for men's volleyball in the whole country. We really just try and push Liberty, push the program, and help grow the game. And I think just showing what the university brings is so great for everyone involved.
Congratulations. Aaron?
Brett, always great to hear all the hard work that goes into an event like this. And as we were talking about earlier, Kevin, just a great opportunity to showcase this program, showcase this team, showcase this university, and really showcase men's volleyball. As now we're going to take a look back at one of the key players for the Flames there in that second, third set, DeJesus.
Yeah, DeJesus is just taking control of the game with his hitting, with some of his blockings. There is with his passing. I mean, he's a 6'6" middle. That's just, middles just don't really pass. And if they do, everyone tries to hit at them. But DeJesus is just, he's a special player that can play defense, that can pass, obviously hit and block.
DeJesus, one of those special talents out there for the Flames, as he's been doing that for a couple years and trying to get a win here on his final Midnight Mayhem game. And Kevin, what's it going to take for the Flames here to get this win in this fourth set and possibly send it to a fifth set?
They just need to keep their foot on the gas. I felt like at the end they kept just kind of being lackadaisical. They had some easy mental errors that they just need to fix. And once they do that, they can just go on and complete that set.
Gators one set away from ending this one. Flames with a 1-2 record in these midnight games, trying to make it an even 500 with a win here this evening over the Gators. It's going to take some great play down the stretch. So we're about ready to get set here in the fourth set.
That hurt my soul a little bit when you said that, because I was one of those two in the L columns.
They're trying to make up for you out there. Sapp with a nice save right there as Nepper keeps it alive here for the Flames. And Flames get on the board first here in the fourth set.
Just a nice scrappy play that Liberty just was fortunate enough to get back on top of it.
So Flames up early in set number 4, down 2-1. Samuel Hess will be serving. Sapp there once again. That's a quick point there for the Gators.
I think Liberty needs to just follow one of the key points of the game, and that's still get Gene DeJesus involved more. I feel like he should be getting majority of the sets whenever they come through.
Getting him involved has certainly been the recipe for success for him this evening, excuse me. That one goes off. The Florida blocker will fall the Flames' way. Flames up 2-1 now in the fourth set, and DeJesus going to be serving for the Flames. Harris tried to send that one right down the line.
That was a great rip by Harris. He just hit it a little bit out of bounds on the line side. That's a big break for Liberty.
So Liberty now up 3-1. Big block up top, but it's not going to matter as it goes back and out of bounds. Gators will get the ball back.
As you can see now, as both teams settling in, you see Liberty going away from that jump serve. A lot of those service errors like we talked about in set 1, they're trying to minimize that and just throw the float serve.
Point going to go to the Flames.
Big break for the Flames as Florida got caught in the net.
I believe that's the second time Florida's got caught up in the net this evening. Flames will take all the points they get. Nepper now with the serve. Once again, service error. Going back to that jump serve you were talking about.
Again, like I talked about, it's high risk, high reward. So you can have some people float serve, change it up a little bit. But when you have the best setter or the best server on your team, you let him just throw it up there and rip it.
I'll tell you, Yanni Zigden, number 13 for the Gators, he's been big leading this charge on the front line for them. You talked earlier about how impressed you were with these blockers. He's one of those guys making an impact on that front line. That one goes off the Gators' hands. Flames point. So 5-4 now in set number 4. Gators up 2-1. Brady Quackenbush going to be serving. What a beautiful kill there by Jack Harris.
That was a nice swing. Liberty's defenders getting caught in no man's land. Nobody was really up. They got up late. Too late for them. The point was already over.
Harris now with the serve. Nepper setting it up.
Nice set over there.
And there he is again, number 13, Yanni Zigden. Gonna get the point for the Gators.
Gators coming out this 4th set looking to finish this thing. Coming out very aggressive. Liberty's got to respond to that same intensity. Look at that. You got DeJesus setting the ball now. Not only can he pass, dig, set. I mean, what can he do?
He can do it all out there, and he's certainly showing that this evening. 6-6 the score here in set number 4. Wyman with the serve. Big block up top by Koloff. Nepper sets him up, and Koloff with the kill.
That's a big point from a young sophomore. Got it right between the blocks. Excellent play.
Second serve up by Wyman. Flames keep it alive. Big block up top. There for the Gators. That was Jason Harris.
They actually called the Florida Gators in the net. Big break for Liberty.
Gators not happy about that one as Harris went up, and they're saying he just caught a piece of the net to give Liberty their 8th point of the 4th set.
Big block there by the sophomore.
It was Koloff and DeJesus leading the charge. They stand tall and send it right back to the Gators.
There's not many greater feelings than just dominating somebody at the net, getting a nice big block.
9-7 the score now here in set number 4. Flames trying to force a 5th and final set. Will Sapp now with the serve for the Gators. Nepper sets it up.
A little confusion over there by Liberty with their outside hitters and middles. Like I said earlier, I feel like Nepper needs to get DeJesus involved when he's at the front of the net. That was a great opportunity for him to set DeJesus, maybe hit the hit over the blocker.
Koloff gets it over. Big save there.
What a back set by DeJesus. This guy can do it all.
Gonna be a point there for the Gators.
He needs to stop setting people. If only he could set himself. You can't do that because it's illegal, but man, he could do it all.
Nepper now setting up DeJesus. Point gonna go to the Flames.
You see that hit by DeJesus. He wasn't really comfortable with that set. They're a little out of rhythm right now. They need to get a good pass so that they can run a nice, quick middle hit for DeJesus to get him comfortable again and swinging.
Want to get DeJesus involved. Koloff now with the serve. Another big save by Wyman.
Ooh, looked like Nepper got into the net. They didn't call it. They called it in Liberty's favor. I don't know. That's close.
So Koloff will be serving again. And big point there for the Gators as the Flames have built a 2-point lead. Able to get one back and try to tie this game up now on this next point.
So again, you got DeJesus tipping because it's just the sets aren't there. The passes aren't there, the sets aren't there. Liberty's offense is struggling right now because they're not in rhythm, they're not in sync.
11-11 the score here in the fourth set. Nepper setting up DeJesus. Big dig there by Sapp.
Another big dig by Weinman. These two liberos are going at it.
They've been the highlight of the match so far. That point going to go to the Gators.
It looks like Florida Gator blockers did not touch the ball at the net, so that got Liberty at 4 hits, which you can't do. Ooh, I don't know. That was close.
So Nepper sends it back over there for the Flames.
Ooh, I would call a timeout if I was Coach Rigg.
Momentum swifting the Gators' way, and
that's exactly what he did.
You've been on that court plenty of times, and you certainly knew when the timeout was supposed to come, because saw it right there from Coach Riggs. We get a second look at that block there by the Gators in the front line.
You can just feel it. You can see their body language, a little demoralized right now. Not sure who to go to get a point. They just need to get back to the basics. They need to get back to good passing in rhythm, so that again Nepper can have that option of 1, 2, or 3. Keep the defense guessing, create some holes, and get some kills.
Flames will be looking to get back in this one, and as you were talking about earlier, obviously want to get DeJesus involved as much as possible, especially when you're down here in a potentially game-winning set for the Gators.
Yeah, so if the pass isn't there, that means option 1, which is DeJesus in the middle, is taken out. That rhythm of the middle and the setter, it just gets dysfunctional, and so you have to go away from that. So then you look at your outsides, either your outside or your opposite, and depending on how bad the pass is, you may only have one option, which is to throw it to the outside, which the defense knows. They're going to send 2, possibly 3 blockers out there. Makes it very difficult for their outsides, for Liberty to hit around them. They just need to hit smarter. They need to hit off of hands or look for those corners. That makes it very difficult for Florida Gator defense to cover that.
And on the other side for the Gators, obviously they're up by 2 points, just 12 points away from really winning this whole match. What do they need to do to keep staying their course? Continue to do what they're doing?
I think they just need to keep the foot on the pedal. Their offense is going well. Their defense, Sapp is just, he's playing really, really well, stealing some of these kills that Liberty's throwing at him. And their offense is flowing really well, so they just need to continue what they're doing.
And you're not going to see that one stop too many times as DeJesus elevates, gets the Flames within 1 point.
But as you saw there, it was a pretty good pass that gave Nepper the option of going to the middle, and thankfully he did. And I think that's what Coach Rigg told them to do, is to start getting the middles back involved.
And, you know, we've seen this evening that this team really is at their best whenever DeJesus is attacking the net, and seen them get a couple of points here in the fourth set that way. 14-12 now in favor of the Gators. It'll be number 2, Jimmy Guerreros.
Nice save by Nepper right in front of us for an opportunity for DeJesus to score the ball. That's what you want to see from a captain. You want to see him sacrifice himself, even if it means running into the board here. And not only that, but he set up De Jesus for that kill. Great job, great effort.
Beautiful setup by Nepper. It's going to be a kill there for Harris. Jack Harris, in his first game back in a couple of months from the elbow injury, picked up right where he left off before, playing well for the Gators this evening.
Yeah, I tell you what, these ball girls with their rolls, they're really struggling. We need to do a crash course on how to roll the balls down the lane.
Nepper sets it up.
You see Florida, all of their defense is just covering so much area. It's unreal.
Great play there by the captain, Caleb Hayden Nepper. Did the Flames within 1 point.
Hayden Nepper leading by example. He's leading his team through this fourth set. Great job.
Nepper, known as the most determined player on this team, always has good positioning out there. We certainly saw that on the last point. So he's trying to lead the Flames back on a charge. That one going to go off the Flames front line. It'd be the 16th point for the Gators.
That's frustrating as a blocker because you have it set here and you have your block and you're ready to get a kill from that, but the hitter's smart, using it off of his hands.
Point going to go the Flames' way after Brady Quackenbush gets the kill. 16-15. Starting to come down to the wire here in set number 4.
Huge ace right there for Quackenbush. Ties it up at 16. Maybe that's what Liberty needs.
So Quackenbush will be serving once again. Flames on the attack here, tied 16 all. Gators up 2-1. Big save there by Nepper. And it's the Florida front line making an impact.
That's hard because you got Andrew Eves coming in, a little fresh, just not quite sure about how the game flow is working, just hits it right into the net, or right into the block, as Florida serves it right into the net. You know, as a hitter, he just needs to be a little smarter about that, maybe roll or look for those hands to hit it off of.
So it'll be the libero Sam Wyman serving here for the Flames.
Wow,
Gators somehow keep it alive.
Somebody hit that net really hard.
Gators get another point, up 18-17 now in set number 4. Gators up 2-1.
Coach Rigg challenging that call. I mean, the net was just bouncing.
Jesus gets blocked at the net. Nepper keeps it alive. That's a big point for the Gators. Now up 19-17.
Yeah, that's going to make it tough for Liberty to come back. Gator defense, as scrappy as they are, they do it so well. It makes it really tough for hitters, for Liberty to score those points, because Florida is just all over the place.
That one sent just a little too far there by Guerreros.
Florida looking for a touch call. They're not going to get it.
19-18. Koloff will be the one serving here for the Flames.
Got the Jesus up at the front of the net. I'd like to see him get the ball.
Once again, Guerrero's playing big here for the Gators. Already hit that 20-point mark. Up by 2, up 2-1, trying to close this match out.
Ooh, big mistake there by Florida.
Really haven't seen them make too many service errors in this game, but 2 here over the last 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, Jason Harris, I mean, giving them free points this late in the game. Hopefully Liberty capitalizes on that.
Another kill for the Gators. Flames in a little bit of trouble here. 21-19.
There's still a lot of game left. They need to just focus on this next point. It's always about the next point.
Will be Guerrero serving. Nepper sets it up. Met at the net. And big play there by the Gators. But
wow.
It's gonna
looks
be,
like they got net called right on for the Florida Gators. That's unfortunate. Boy, that looked like the net didn't even move.
It was Zach Reining who got what he thought was a kill, but instead called the net interference there. And that's just miscommunication there by the Flames.
That is what a typical middle might look like, trying to set a ball or just not sure. Holbert, great guy. He's not a setter.
DeJesus just makes it look so easy for those middles to be a setter.
That was a great save by Weinman there, saving that ace. That should have been a double. That set did not come out clean by Harris. Up ref didn't, or thinks it differently.
Ball sent over by the Gators. Big point for the Gators. Now just 1 point away from closing out this match. 24-21, match point here for the Gators. That one's gonna go a little too far. Flames stay alive.
Stay alive, shave off 1 match point. They got a couple, they got some work to do. And unfortunately for them, the Jesus is back row. Even though he can attack from anywhere on the court, you definitely would love to have him up in the front.
Nepper gets it over. Flames trying to keep it alive. DeJesus sends it over. Harris.
Nice save by Nepper again.
DeJesus. Big dig there by the Flames, but it's not enough. The Gators come into the Vine Center on Midnight Mayhem and steal a win. Gators win 3-2. Post-game coverage coming up right after this. And welcome back here to the Vine Center. Aaron Nolan alongside Kevin Snyder. And Kevin, tough one to lose. You know what it's like to lose one of those midnight games. But I would say that this could propel this Flames team ahead, could give them a lot of momentum going forward.
Well, absolutely. It's a great learning experience for them. They need to figure out what their weaknesses are and improve on that as it comes to the second half of the season.
Now we're going to take a look at our star of the game, and that the senior number 7, Jack Harris for the Gators. Harris was big all night for the Gators. Just was right there, right place, right time. Had the elbow injury coming in. Didn't affect him whatsoever. Jack Harris, our star of the game. And now the third member of our team, Brett Vickery, standing alongside with Jack Harris.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jack, you're coming off of an elbow injury. What was it like being on the sidelines for a little while, and how excited were you to come back?
I was very excited to come back. Being on the sidelines was tough. But we have the motto, next player up. So while I was on the sidelines, we had players step up, get a chance to play. And they did very well, but it's great to be back.
Now, you've never visited Liberty in the Vines before. You've never played in an hour like this. What was this experience like as a visitor here today?
It was different. The crowd was electric, and I've never played in front of this many people or this hour. We were all pretty tired, but we got the win.
Congratulations. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
Aaron?
Harris saying never played at this hour, never played in this many people. He made the most of both of them this evening. Big win for the Gators.
Yeah, absolutely. Big win for him and his teammates. He just did a great job just rallying the troops.
And it was a fun one for sure. Flames fall 3-1. Overall, great atmosphere though. Always fun in Midnight Mayhem games. Want to say thanks to all our crew, producer Jason Johnson, Alongside Kevin Snyder, Brett Vickery, I'm Aaron Nolan, saying so long here from Lynchburg, Virginia.